The broken hourglass. In the heart of a weather-beaten city, nestled between rusting lampposts and crumbling brick walls, there lived an old watchmaker named Elian. His fingers were crooked with time, his back hunched like the springs of the pocket watches he restored. His little shop sat unnoticed by the world, and most of his days were spent winding gears and listening to the ticking silence of forgotten timepieces. One evening, as the rain wept softly on his window pane, a hooded figure entered his shop. She said nothing, just placed an object on the counter, wrapped in deep green cloth, and walked back into the mist. Elian unfolded the cloth to find an hourglass. Its glass glowed faintly blue, its sand black as coal. It pulsed in his hands like it was alive. Curious, he flipped the hourglass. The shop lurched. The sound of thunder outside reversed, and the rain danced upward. When the world steadied again, the clock on the wall showed the time an hour earlier. He rushed outside, and indeed, people who had passed by were only now arriving. He hadn't imagined it. That night, Elian rewound again, and again. At first, it was small things, fixing a broken gear before it cracked, avoiding a stubbed toe, catching a falling cup. Then slowly, his memories returned to darker regrets. His wife, long gone. His daughter, whom he hadn't seen in decades after a bitter argument. He found her address, knocked on her door. She opened, confused. Tears welled in his eyes. He apologized, clumsily, earnestly. She told him to leave. Elian went home and flipped the hourglass again. The next day, he tried again, and again. Each time saying the right things, tweaking his tone, perfecting his words. Eventually, she softened, invited him inside. They had coffee. She smiled like her mother. But something was wrong. When he returned to his shop, he looked at the photo frame on his shelf. It showed his wife and a child, but the child's face was a blur. He flipped through old journals and found pages missing. His hands trembled. Every time he reversed the hourglass, a piece of his mind faded, replaced by fragments of a rewritten life. One night, Elian rewound the hourglass again, only to wake up in a street he didn't recognize, wearing clothes he'd never seen. He couldn't remember the name of the girl he loved more than life. The one who called him Papa. She was gone from his mind like ink washed away in rain. He returned to his shop. The hourglass sat on the table, pulsing faintly. A choice sat before him. With all the will left in his old bones, he raised the hourglass high and smashed it on the floor. The room shimmered with blue fire, then fell silent. Everything stopped, then ticked forward. In the days that followed, he began to write down what he remembered. Even if the names were foggy, the feelings remained. He lived honestly, simply, quietly. Sometimes he stood outside his daughter's home and watched her from afar. She seemed happy, and that was enough. Elian never tampered with time again, but deep within a drawer, under lock and key, he kept one black grain of sand from the shattered hourglass, a memory he would never allow himself to forge.